Is shooting the Lakers' biggest problem?
Well, it's one of them. What they did last year is they traded out old guys that can't shoot and defend for young guys that can't shoot and defend. And LeBron is absolutely right. They're not constructed of a team they're built like a team that can contend in the 80s and 90s. You got two guys up front that can go get you 25, 30 on a nightly basis. You get Russ that tripped in and played particularly well last night as far as scoring the basketball, Skip. You got 77 points, 78 points from your big three. But then you got nothing else from anyone else. So the way they're constructed, if they're playing in the 80s or the 90s, they'd be a hell of a ball club. They could possibly win it all. But in today's game, where shooting is of the utmost importance, no, they're not going anywhere. They're not, and if they don't make some moves, they're not going to contend in the West. I don't care how great LeBron and Skip. The thing was last night, the Warriors didn't shoot the ball great. It wasn't like they shot the ball like out of the building. That Steph got hot late in the ball game. But when you look at it, they only shot 45% from the floor. We know they can shoot 50%.
Yep.
They shot 35% from the three. That's not great.
No.
And at no point in time did you think, oh, man, Lakers about to make a run. The Lakers about to do this thing. At no point in time. They fall in the third quarter last year was the bugaboo, right? They come out and get outscored by 15, 20 points in the third quarter and then try to make a run in the fourth quarter and then come up short. And it's like, well, if we come out with the energy that we came out in the fourth quarter, now it's too late. Nobody thought you was going to do anything in that situation, Skip. So for me, everybody, LeBron touched on it. Darvin Ham touched on it. I don't know. There are guys on this roster, Skip. I don't know what Toscano Anderson, I don't know what role he feels. Lonnie Walker the fourth, hey. But they're not they're not shooters. They're not shooters. And that's what you need. You need shooters in today's game. And the teams that have shooters, guys that can knock down the shot, and like LeBron said, well, okay, we got some great looks. And he didn't start off particularly well. He was cold as ice from the three-point line. And he's getting wide open shots. It wasn't like he was taking contested threes. He was getting great looks, and they weren't knocking them down. That's not who they are. That's not what they are. So for me, Skip, everything that they said, the one guy that they had as a shooter last year, they let him go. Malik Monk was the one consistent guy, Skip, that could knock down shots from the outside.
I'll buy that.
And then he could put it on the floor and get to the rim. And they let him go. He went to Sacramento 2 years at $19 million.
Yep.
So Pat Bev didn't really give us anything last night. He was in foul trouble. He was running around out there. Maybe he was too gassed up trying to make a great improvement. And somehow he thinks, does he understand his role? His role is not to knock down threes. His role is not to be a shooter. His role is to defend. And he didn't do that at an elite level last night. So this is what we are, Skip. Now, like I said, I cannot be disappointed if I don't have expectations. I've tempered my expectations. So I'm not about to be disappointed. They're not about to get my blood pressure up. I'm not about to have to start taking blood pressure medicine, getting EKGs and all that, because my heart can't take what the Lakers are dishing out to me on a nightly or every other night basis. That's not about to happen this year, Skip Bayless. So I'm telling you now, you're not going to get me riled up. I'm not going to bet you no cases of do, so you can just come out here and gloat the next day and talk about what happened to your man, the failed foe goat and all that. It's not happening. I know what they are. They are a younger, non-shooting, non-defending team. And it showed its head last night. And I get it, Skip. I get it's the first game. But I want you to tell me the sign that you saw, that someone saw, Laker Nation, that you say, you know what? We're going to be okay. We're going to be able to defend. We're going to be able to shoot, win, how, where, with who? So, Jeannie, I know you don't want to give up those picks. I know you don't. But the way this roster is currently constructed, at best case scenario, you're a 6th or 7th seed. That's at the absolute best. Now, that's if LeBron them and AD continue to give you 31 and 27. They give you 58 between the two of them. If they continue to get, they're going to have to give you that. If not, you play it all day.
Did I just hear a concession speech from my man Shannon Sharpe? Was that not a surrender speech?
6th or 7th. That's all I got for you.
6th or 7th?
Yeah.
Not 50 wins, right?
Ooh, man. 50 wins going to be pulling teeth with no Novocaine.
Yesterday,
it's gonna
you were
hurt.
Considering my offer of a bet for 55 wins. You thought about it. I saw it in your eyes. You had a flicker of, well, maybe.
Skip, I know 50 is going to be pushing up. Skip, they only won 33 games last year. You want me to go 22 more games with a younger roster that doesn't defend or shoot?
He's the GOAT. That's all I hear. He's the GOAT.
But we see what's happened when we see a GOAT down in Tampa. When teams play bad and you don't got the players around you, it's hard to overcome it, isn't it?
The GOAT in Tampa is going to be just fine.
Okay.
The quote-unquote GOAT, or the phony GOAT, as I call him in Los Angeles, is simply chasing Kareem on a nightly basis. That's all this season to me boils down to is chasing Kareem.
What other choices does he have?
And by the way, he was chasing last night. It was some all-time stat stuffing late in the game.
Man, it was stat stuffing.
You realize they fell behind by 27 with 1:49 left in the third quarter. At that point, LeBron had 19 points. He scored 12 more points after they fell behind by 27. That is some supreme stat stuffing.
But you see what happens, Skip? He get those 12, knock it down to an 8-point game. You're like, okay, here come the Lakers. And then Golden State step on the gas and go back up by 20.
Steph stepped on the gas. I will give you that.
He did.
All right, here I go. I got 2 orders of business.
Okay.
And the first one concerns your man, LeBron James. He said after the game, but I mean, let's keep it a buck. He always says that. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep it a buck. And I will say, LeBron, you were not keeping it a buck after the game. This was some all-time hypocritical criticism of Rob Pelinka and the front office for not building the team around LeBron correctly.
Yeah.
The biggest problem, if I can just do little picture last night, was LeBron James attempted 10 three-point shots.
Yeah.
I told you last year, he was a career-high 8 three-pointers a game. It's way too many for him because by his standards, by his quote-unquote GOAT standards, he's a lousy three-point shooter. And last year, he took the 15th most threes in the whole league, and he finished 93rd in three-point percentage of makes. 93rd, the math doesn't work. 2 + 2 = miss the playoffs. It's too many threes, and he's off to the races with 10 more because when in Rome, do what the Romans do, because the Romans are just raining threes, although they didn't rain that many.
They didn't rain that many.
But he had to say on national TV, on TNT stage, against Steph and company, Steph and Clay, 2 greatest shooters ever, watch what I do. And he jacks up 10. He missed his first 5, and he closed a little bit late to get to 30%, 3 of 10. And yet, LeBron, the problem is you are taking too many. And to your point about criticizing Patrick Beverley, the irony of your criticism of Pat Bev is, if you look at the entire roster, he is the best career three-point shooter in percentage on the whole roster. He is. He's 38% for his career.
Right.
And now already, after one game, you're saying, stop it. And it looked like on Twitter he was trending because stop it. Because everybody's saying, stop it.
Yes.
Quit jacking up threes, especially like sort of semi-break threes where he just pulls up and rips it and misses it, right? And then the other problem is LeBron James turned it over 5 times.
Yes.
Okay? Russ turned it over 4 times. I'm going to get to Russ in just a moment. But we got recipe for disaster here because, remember, last year they averaged 14 turnovers a game. That was the 3rd worst in basketball.
Right.
They had 21 last night. Well, again, 14 was the 3rd worst. What do you think 21's going to be?
Oh, it's going to break the record.
It's going to break the record. And it's because your best player, LeBron, had 5.
He had 5.
And the guy who shouldn't be playing at all, Westbrook, had 4. So if you're going to be the worst three-point shooting team led by LeBron James, and you're going to lead the league in turnovers, and you could be the worst or one of the worst defensive teams because they got off to a nice start because they held Golden State to 25 in the first quarter.
Right.
Darvin Ham did the between quarters interview on TNT. I like our defense. That's going to be our calling card. And then all of a sudden, Golden State scores 34 in the second, 32 in the third, and 32 in the fourth, and they total 123. That's not very good.
No.
And I couldn't see it. I didn't see new urgency and intensity on defense. Maybe you did.
I did not.
Okay. So to keep it a buck, you can't have it both ways. You can't blast the front office by saying, we're our, what do you call them, our laser guys, our lasers, our snipers. Well, the problem starts with you. He's still, listen, to this day, the thing I love the most about him, he's still the best passer in basketball, and he had a couple last night where I just sit back and say, whoa.
He had 8 assists.
Yeah, he had 8 assists. He's really good. That's what he does the best.
Right.
But what he also does at a supremely high level is, man, he can attack. He is still so strong, and he's so fit that he took Wiseman a couple times to the rack, and just Wiseman's 7 feet tall, and he's long, and LeBron just bullies him at the rim. Okay, that's who you are and who you should be.
Right.
Every time he pulls up with a 3, I'm like, oh my God, I close my eyes because it's going to clank. So just for the record, just to show, let's just whip through LeBron's 10 three-point tries last night.
That was a great look, though, Skip.
All right, but to your point, they are great looks. Okay, so that one, it's pretty open, and it's long. Then from the corner, he usually loves that one.
That short porch.
Yeah. It's
I thought that one was
pretty
good.
open, and it's wide left. And he's like, I'm just a little long, I'm a little off. That's wide open. That's like a dare shot.
Yes.
Short.
That was
this is wide open.
You see the stroke there? You see it, Skip? You see that?
Yeah. Okay.
You see that right there?
Here we go. Here we go. LeBron, we're gonna
Hey!
get it. No.
Oh, this money right here. I already know this one.
They're daring.
Okay, that's it right there, Skip. You ripped the cord. Yeah.
Okay, 3 of 10. That was the last one. That was deep in the blowout. Okay. It's almost back to Popovich levels, and remember Steve Kerr's a chip off that block.
Right.
And I'm sure in their pregame they're just saying, hey, if he wants to shoot 10, just let him shoot 10, and maybe he'll make 3 or 4, and we'll be fine. That's the problem with him. Now, the bigger problem, and where I feel sorry for him is, the biggest shock to me last night was that Russell Westbrook started the game. Wait a minute. What happened to the big theme of last Friday going into the final preseason game? The big Woj bomb. Remember the big report?
Yep.
Russ has been demoted to the second unit. He's going to quarterback the second unit where he can play freer and happier, right? And then before the game, Darvin Ham positioned it as not a demotion, but a realignment, right? And what happened in that game? Russ played 5 minutes, missed both his threes, turned it over twice. And all of a sudden I look up and I'm saying, what just happened? And he's walking up he's kind of limping, walking up the tunnel. And all of a sudden he's got a quote unquote hamstring strain. I think it was just an ego strain because he said after the game last night, he just couldn't get comfortable. He couldn't get warm because he's never come off the bench before. And he said, it's just not me. It was just hard for me. And so Darvin Ham sold it last night as I wanted to start the game off the right way in terms of our energy and being able to go into attack mode, and no one is better than that than Russell Westbrook. I just think they folded, man, and they said, well, he's going to pout. He's going to be a problem, so I guess we got to start him.
Right.
Well, not only did he start him, he played him
31 minutes.
31 minutes. He played him 31 minutes. We're going back and forth yesterday. I said maybe 15. You said maybe 20. Right?
I told you about 20. I said, Skip, he's going to play 25 minutes.
Okay.
He's going to play 25.
31. Well, he played starter minutes.
Yes.
And he was in there a lot with LeBron. And the 7 of 12 don't look too bad. The 1 of 3, he did make one open 3. And he's the most shot guy in the house when it actually goes in. I give him this. He made 4 of his 5 free throws. He had 11 rebounds because we know he's going to scratch and claw for rebounds because he loves the stat of the triple-double. He wound up with 19 points. The problem is, he had 4 turnovers. Last year, he averaged 3.8 a game, and it led the league all the way to the end when he sat the last 3 games and Trae Young slightly passed him for the turnover lead.
Yeah.
Okay, but 4 a game, so he got his average of last year, so he's off to the races. So quickly, for those who didn't stay up late like we did, could we see those 4 turnovers? Because they can be so psychologically damaging to the basketball team because you're like, come on, Russ, that's just, what are you doing? Oh, my Lord. There was actually a foul.
That was a review,
he slipped.
He bounced that one off LeBron's head.
Yeah.
This one, you already know he's going to step out of bounds. He get in the corner, he's stepping out of bounds.
How many times? At least once or twice a game, he steps out of bounds.
At the bare minimum.
Okay, this is like church league basketball. I don't. It is mind-boggling to me, and we're going to talk about all the ex-players, starting with Charles Barkley and Reggie Miller last night, and then the current players, Kevin Durant, are all starting to defend. It's like Russ is being turned into a sympathetic figure.
Yeah.
But to me, the numbers don't look too bad here.
It doesn't.
Okay, but Shannon, late in the third quarter, they're down 27 points because it doesn't work. It never looks right to my eye. There never seems to be any continuity, any unity, any flow, any rhythm.
Everybody in the entire world, be it basketball fan, aficionado or not, said Russ, AD, and LeBron wouldn't work. Everybody said that except them. We're going to show you it's going to work.
That is correct.
Look, it's not. Skip, look, I love ice cream. Don't eat it. I love gravy. They don't work together. No matter how great they are separate, ice cream and gravy will never work together. Those 2 guys, those 3 guys will never work together because they don't complement each other. If Russ was a shooter, it could work. but he's not. He needs the ball. He needs to be in the restricted area like an Anthony Davis, like a LeBron James. So they all need, well, AD can get his, I mean, you don't have, AD doesn't need the ball all the time, but I thought AD was aggressive. They did a good job of trying to get AD to rock. But Skip, it's not going to work, and it's okay. We don't have to blame Russ. We don't have to blame anybody other than says these three together does not work. Mm-hmm. It's okay, Skip. It's okay.
Shannon, as much as I used to like gravy, it melts ice cream. If you pour it on ice cream, it'll just melt it, and it'll just turn it into liquid,
Exactly.
and it's no good. It's okay. Westbrook melts LeBron. It hurts my eyes to watch it because they don't vibe off each other. Like Austin Reeves and LeBron. I watch it, and it's like, wow, I like that. That's some basketball.
Right.
That's some beautiful basketball.
You look at LeBron when he's had another co-star, him and Kyrie. Was beautiful basketball.
It was beautiful.
Even him and D-Wade. Even though D-Wade needed the ball, D-Wade found a way that says, you know what, I'm going to dive to the basket. I can find a way. I need you to be you. If you be you, I'm going to find me a niche, just like he did in the Redeem team. D-Wade said, I'll come off the bench. Ain't no problem with that. And then now you got D-Wade coming off the bench. But Skip, it doesn't work. Like I said, Russ didn't play bad last night. With the turnovers, like I said, I'm expecting 3 to 5 turnovers a night from Russ. And it's going to be 1 or 2 of those turnovers going to be like, come on, Russ, really? You stepped out of bounds again. You did that 3 times the other night in the last preseason game. And you did it again. I mean, you did it. So I get that. I accept that. I'm already know going in, Skip, so I can't be disappointed because I have no expectations. I know he's going to turn the ball over. He shot the ball, like you said, 7 to 12. I can live with that. Sure. He was 4 or 5 from the free throw line.
Oh, definitely.
Even though he was only he was 1 of 3, he only took 3 threes. I can live with that.
I could live with that,
Skip,
too.
the way he played last night, I can live with that.
Yep.
But long term, because think about it, Skip. I get it. You play the Golden State Warriors, the first thing you want to do, okay, we can match them shooting the ball.
Yep.
No, you can't. And they didn't even shoot the ball well last night. You know Golden State going to shoot better than 35% from the 3.
Yep. And quick aside on Lonnie Walker that you brought up. Lonnie Walker, the 4th, late of my San Antonio Spurs. He started, which shocked me.
Yes.
And he played the 4th most minutes on the team, which surprised me. And I told you when he was signed by the Lakers that he's a terrible three-point shooter.
Yeah.
And he'll flash for you athletically from here to there.
Oh, yeah. He put the ball. Yes.
Okay, but he's a career 34% three-point shooter, so he's at the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
So if you're expecting him to start and he tried 3 threes last night and missed all 3 of them.
Right.
Okay, where is that getting you? I don't.
Nowhere.
I don't get
And
it.
Skip, like I said, they didn't shoot the ball well, but look at the third quarter. What were they getting? Backdoor cut layups. Clay was killing with the layup. Steph was killing with the layups. Layup, down the line. Wiseman coming down the line. Everybody's like it's Soul. I thought it was Soul Train.
Yep.
The way everybody was coming down the line, laying the ball up. That was a new one. I was like, damn, I never saw that one before. Skip, they can't. Skip, they're a younger team that still can't defend and shoot. All they did, they traded Carmelo. They traded all these older guys for younger guys that are more athletic but can't defend, and they still can't shoot. So what is that? It dropped your age on your roster. So now all of a sudden you don't have the oldest roster in the NBA.
I agree.
But you're no better off than what you were last year.
What did my late mother often say to me? You cannot get blood from a turnip.
Yeah.
You can't. Okay, so you can't get defense from people who aren't inclined to play it.
No.
Even if Darvin Ham's calling card from his assistant coach days was teaching, coaching defense, he's going to need some blood pressure medicine pretty soon because you can't teach what they can't do or what they don't care about doing.
Skip, because the thing is about defense is about effort.
Yeah.
That's what, when you play in the NFL, it's about effort. The artistry of, obviously, the cornerback, but the receivers, catching the football, that's an art form. Run blocking, that's a drive. That's determining, I'm going to get you. And Skip ain't no, look at that technique, look at the step, the boom, 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 right there. There ain't none of that. It's moving a man against his will. Defense is like, okay, I'm in front of you and you're not getting by me. That's as simple as that. I'm in front of you and you're not going around me.
All right. Final thought. Bottom line. I told you that through the preseason, Darvin Ham started selling Matt Ryan as the answer to their three-point shooting. I know Matt Ryan because he played 1 year at Vanderbilt after he was at Notre Dame, and he wound up at Chattanooga, and he's bounced around the NBA. You're trying to sell me Matt Ryan, and I'm not talking about the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
This is Matt Ryan. You're saying he's going to solve our three-point problem. So he took 3 last night and made 1, but he played he played 18 minutes.
But Skip,
18 minutes? Matt Ryan?
You remember that game that he shot the ball from 3 well? Who didn't play? LeBron.
Yeah, that's true.
Skip, you remember when Joe Harris was in Cleveland? Joe Harris played alongside LeBron. He couldn't throw it in the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, from a boat in the Pacific Ocean. The moment he leaves LeBron, and there's no expectations and there's no pressure, bam, 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 then he win a 3-point contest, and he's doing all that.
He did.
Matt Ryan, the moment LeBron stepped on the court, knees shaking. Bro, come on.
Yeah.
The basket is still 10 feet high. The distance of the 3-point shot, it doesn't change from the corner all the way down to the arc. It's the same. It's just the pressure and the expectations that comes along playing inside it.
Except for Austin Reeves, his knees don't shake.
No.
But trust me, I watched him for however many years he was at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 years.
Yeah.
He can't shoot.
No.
So he tried a couple last night. Didn't he go 0 for 2?
No, he hit 1, I think. Did he go over 2? I thought he hit 1.
0 for 2, right?
Yeah, he over 2.
All right. But I like the way he plays, but he's a JAG in the end. He's just another guy.
He's a
okay.
guy. He's a guy.
All right.
He's going to play hard, Steph.
Yeah.
And then, Steph he trying to overplay Steph because he don't want Steph to get a step on him and pull a 3, and then Steph backdoor him and lay it up, get an and 1. I mean, Steph got his bag. He got his bag late last night. He's like, okay, y'all keep on talking about everybody better than old Chef Steph. Let me show y'all a little something. He went in his little bag last night, Skip.
It's hard to win on ring night at home, and they did.
Oh, I know they were going to win.
Steve Kerr said after the game, I'm thrilled with this victory, and he was.
Yeah. And Adam Silver served them up.
They did not want to lose that one, guys. They came out on a mission.
They
All
did.
right, I can't wait for you two tomorrow because next up for the Lakers, Skip, they're taking on the Clippers.
Yeah.
The clash of the Lakers and the Clippers, and the clash of
We're gonna
Skip
get a
and
bet on that
Shannon.
one.
Oh, it's good. I like that.
We sure are.
All right. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.